on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, bringing you guys a quick little video today talking about Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo's E3 press conference. Now this is all rumors, speculation, and possible leaks, so take everything you see in this video with a grain of salt. However, there's some really interesting information here, and I kind of held off on reporting on this because really anyone can make a post like this, but some of this post has been just proven true, and you might want to stick around and watch this video. So, someone named Lazy Man posted on GameFaqs the other day and says, hey, check back on this post on May 7th, it's gonna be proven right. Today is May 7th, it's 10 o'clock when I'm recording this, and 10 o'clock at night. I'm usually in bed by now, but nevertheless, he says check back on May 7th because you're gonna see that this post has some validity to it. Now, May 7th, the first couple bullet points, let me go backtrack here, is Nintendo's releasing details about their online service on May 7th, and you can see this post was made 5 days ago. I can confirm that I saw this post about 3 days ago, and it hasn't been edited in any way. So, Nintendo, as of 48 minutes ago, Online launches this September with save data cloud backup and 20 classic NES games and more to come that have newly added online play. So out of nowhere, Nintendo drops their announcement for the fact that they are going to be releasing their online play. They announce it on the 7th, exactly as this individual predicts, and they also mentioned a few other things that they predicted here. The service goes live in September 24th. This just says September 2018, so they don't have the exact date yet. Service offers dedicated voice chat through an existing chat server. I don't think it mentions anything about voice chat yet, so we can't really confirm there. Nintendo's ditching Virtual Console. Oh, actually, there's another good point here. They're going to be giving retro games to people every month and allow them to keep the games as long as they have the service, and we actually know that that's going to be one of the features. They do mention that right here. Enjoy 20 NES games and added online play for the first time ever, and you can actually get games as you go. So they have kind of classic NES games. That's going to be really, really cool. They'll be giving you 20 of them at launch, and there's going to be more to revealed. As long as you maintain that online service, you'll be able to access those games. So a couple of points there that were kind of right on nailed there. They're ditching their Virtual Console. They're going to replace it with Nintendo Classics, kind of alongside what we just read. And they talk about having NES games and so on and so forth. And they're going to be made available late 2018, early 2019. And then it talks about Nintendo E3. So everything after this point, we don't know anything about yet at this point. E3 is coming up. It's in about 5 weeks or so. It's obviously the biggest kind of electronics gaming expo in the world, essentially. And a lot of, as Pokemon fans primarily, we've been waiting for this Pokemon announcement. And if it's gonna come right before E3 or E3, one of the two, right? We know that's gonna be the case. So this is super duper interesting. So this talks about what could be Nintendo's E3 press conference. And again, take it with a grain of salt. We don't know if it's true or not, but so far, this guy, he's got it right so far with everything above here. Now, is it possible that he has a hookup and found out that the online service is gonna be announced on May 7th and then kind of ran with it? Maybe, but is it more possible that they got the hookup and got all this other information? Because I'll tell you what, Nintendo has their E3 plans already put together. They don't put this together a week ahead of time. This is their biggest presentation of the year. They're gonna make sure that they have it ready to rock. They have, not a syllabus, but they have a plan. They have an outline, they have a storyboard, they have an idea. I mean, these videos are worked on way ahead of time. So it is very, very likely that it's done. And internally, someone knows it, right? There's a handful of people who know what's going down internally. So pretty interesting to note. So let's go point by point here, right? So the first thing is the presentation's 36 minutes long, focuses only on Switch titles, and the treehouse used to be announced to show 3DS titles. That's about the proper length. The first reveal is Spyro coming to the Switch, though there's reason they've been waiting to reveal it. So it was originally rumored when Spyro was announced that Spyro was gonna be on the Switch and all the other consoles, and then they kind of just said it was on the other consoles, and they really haven't mentioned much about the Switch. But the first break of news for Spyro Remastered was for the Switch, and then it kind of like got pulled off, and there really hasn't been much talks about Switch. So perhaps there's some sort of unique aspect to Spyro coming to the Switch. And I also just heard some crazy rumors from Etika, another content creator, speaking about the fact that maybe Spyro is actually coming to Smash Brothers. Same with Crash Bandicoot. So perhaps Spyro's going to Smash Brothers and that's why they're holding off. Maybe there's going to be some sort of a hybrid there. These are all just speculation at this point. Fire Emblem is next, and the title is called Lustrous Daybreak, coming holidays this year. I don't really know much about the Fire Emblem series personally. I believe Lustrous Daybreak is a very similar title to another title for Fire Emblem they have. Maybe somewhat not synonymous, but kind of compatible in terms of the structure of the title. Again, I don't really know much about the series. Yoshi is next, now subtitle flipped around, and features the same amiibo functionality as Woolly World, releases in August. So that would be coming out actually relatively soon. New Paper Mario game is next, and not being developed by Intelligent Systems. Goes back to the traditional partner style gameplay, but heavily features the character limitations imposed for Sticker Star and Color Splash, coming in 2019. Now, I was under the impression that their direct or their kind of E3 presentation was focused on 2018 launches, so that sketches me out a little bit because I feel like I read somewhere that they were going to be only talking about 2018, but I don't know. Mario Odyssey DLC is next. Luigi's being released that day as a playable character. Wouldn't be surprised there. They're going to add 70 moons to the game. Wario and Waluigi are also being made as playable characters. 70 moons, no release date for those, but they're going to be playable on the show floor. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know, man. I could see Luigi 1,000,000%. Wario and Waluigi, I don't know, but it's adding more content to Mario Odyssey, so maybe. Activision makes some announcement, talks about Crash Bandicoot Amiibo, wouldn't be surprised there, and adds some kind of functionality with the Spyro trilogy. So perhaps that ties into that kind of rumor that I saw Etika post about, where he says he just got info from a relatively credible source stating that Crash and Spyro are going to be in Smash. I mean, maybe that all ties together there. Black Ops 4 Battle Royale is coming to the Switch with crossplay to PC and Xbox. Regular Black Ops 4 is not coming to the Switch. We don't know much about Black Ops 4. I believe the reveal for that is coming up in about a week, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're scrapping the campaign mode, going with a multiplayer and a Battle Royale. Wouldn't be surprised though, Battle Royales are all the rage right now if you're familiar with Fortnite, obviously the biggest game right now in the world, or for the most part anyway. Sega reveals their Sega Ages line for the West, and 2 games they're releasing under it. Sonic Adventure games. Super Sonic Racing is revealed and takes inspiration from Sonic R and some other characters from like Sonic running on their own. Characters like Tails use vehicles. Some kind of Nintendo exclusive content is teased for the game as well. Metroid Prime 4 is coming out 2019. That's been a game that's been teased for a while. Pokemon for Switch is revealed. It's a new take on Red and Blue and features graphics that are somewhere between Sun and Moon and Pokken. That's the big deal right there, obviously, for us Pokemon fans. Are we going back to Kanto? That is the big question mark, as Red and Blue apparently is teased and revealed, and we might be going back to Kanto. I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, Ultra Sun and Moon storylines teased, talk about Lily going to Kanto to find help for her mother, at least in Sun and Moon. Perhaps that storyline gets tied in somehow. Perhaps we are going back to Kanto, and Red and Blue is going to be kind of starting fresh on the Nintendo Switch. What are your thoughts about that? Because that's really the big takeaway here. If this does come true, it may not be. It may not be true at all. But if it does come true, what are your thoughts on that? Are you excited to go to Kanto? A completely revamped Kanto, we can assume. I can't imagine it's going to be as simplistic as it's been in Fire Red, Leaf Green, and obviously Red, Blue, and Green, but and Yellow, obviously. Let me know your thoughts on that. Would that make you excited, or are you just like, no, thank you? I mean, obviously, there's still so much to know before it comes out, but that would make a lot of sense. There's been a lot of rumors and a lot of talk about it potentially going back to Kanto. And then Five Nights at Freddy's going to the Switch. That's interesting. I don't know about that. I mean, I know that the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise has been huge. It was really, really big at one point in time. I know they've come out with a couple different variants of it since then. Smash Brothers for the Switch are the last thing. One reveals Captain Toad, and the other reveals Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. And I actually didn't, I'm gonna be honest, when I saw Etika's tweet, I actually didn't realize that this was posted in this post. I didn't realize that Crash Bandicoot and Spyro were in there. So that's why they've been quiet about the Switch version of the trilogy. I don't know, man. I have no idea. And then Ice Climbers are set to be revealed during the Treehouse Live. I'm assuming Ice Climbers probably for Smash Brothers, if that's what it means. That's all. I don't know any more specifics than that because I'm not the person who saw this. A contact with connections to marketing saw this and shared with me. Have a good day, and remember to check back on May 7th. Here we are, May 7th. We can confirm the first block of text talking about Nintendo's online services, which could validate the rest of the information here. Again, we don't know for sure, but it's certainly interesting and fun to speculate. So what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments section below. 1, are you excited if this is indeed the E3 lineup? Is this enough to win E3 for Nintendo? 2, are you excited about Pokemon if it goes back to Kanto? What are your honest thoughts on that? Do you want to do Red and Blue or not? Let me know. And then last but not least, is there anything else that, actually the last one is, do you think this is real or not? I think that that's a really good way to wrap this up. Is it real? Is it fake? What are your thoughts? I don't know. Pretty interesting stuff, man. When it seems interesting when someone predicts something so accurately, I would say. I mean, you know, to nail the date, to nail the talk about the retro stuff, which I mean is similar to what PlayStation's doing and things like that. You know, to talk about it in September, it seems interesting. I think it makes a lot of sense with the Spyro stuff, that Spyro could be a Smash character, and that's why they really didn't talk about it a whole lot. It was kind of leaked that it was going to be on the Switch, and then they kind of didn't really say much about it. I don't know, man. Very interesting stuff. Let me know your thoughts on all that, guys. I wanted to bring you this video. Hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. I'm gonna go get some sleep. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Thanks so much for checking out my last video. If you like that one, you'll definitely like this one. And be sure to subscribe for more as I post Pokemon videos every single day.